cornerstone pieces of technology is called SD-WAN. You're going to not know what that acronym is, but hopefully by the time he's done, you'll have a cursory pedestrian knowledge of SD-WAN. As a matter of fact, the title of this speech is SD-WAN for Dummies. What's in it for me? He will speak 8 to 10 minutes. And the objective of his speech is to inform. So please welcome our first speaker, Nick Hoving.
Thank you, Mr. Toastmaster. Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
So we're going to pretend a little bit here today. You all get to pretend that you are a client of mine or a prospect of mine, and I'm going to explain what SD-WAN is. So one of the reasons why we are doing this is it's a new technology that's come out in the last couple of years, and it's very prevalent technology. It's a technology that the majority of companies are going to be moving to at some point in the future, but it's very interesting when we go out and talk to a lot of these clients because a lot of them have no idea what we're talking about. So I would like to give this opportunity to inform all of you. Go ahead and get started. So SD-WAN. That was intermission. All right, ready?
Ready.
Okay. SD-WAN. SD-WAN is software-defined wide area network. So it's an acronym for that. So to understand what a software-defined wide area network is, we really need to understand what a wide area network is. So what is a WAN? A WAN, when you live in the IT world and the telecom world like we do, there's about 1 billion acronyms, so we play with the acronyms all the time. A WAN is a wide area network. Well, what does that mean? So within a wide area network, typically there are different types of network. So there's PAN, LAN, CAN, MAN. So a PAN is a personal area network. This would be like your Wi-Fi in your house. That's a personal area network. A LAN is a local area network. That would be a network like in this building. We have a network where all the computers and everybody can talk in this building. A CAN is a campus area network. So that's schools, colleges, where they have their own network out there. MAN is a metropolitan area network. City of Minneapolis has their Wi-Fi. That is a MAN. It's a network. Now with all of those, you have all these little networks going from a PAN all the way up to a MAN, which can be an entire city. All of those need a way to be able to speak with each other. Now a wide area network then is a combination of all those different networks. So a really good example of this would be, say like in an office. You have 3 separate locations. You have 3 separate buildings. Each one of those buildings has their own LAN. They have their own local area network. Now a WAN is what connects all 3 of those offices together. Make sense? Right.
Yes.
Yes, thank you.
Right.
Now with that, so what is SD-WAN? This is the textbook definition of it, and then we'll get a little bit more simple here. But SD-WAN is the software-defined wide area network. It's a specific application of software-defined networking technology applied to WAN connections, which are used to connect enterprise networks, including branch offices, data centers, over large geographical distances. You can have a WAN or a wide area network that's global. You could have offices in here and in China and in Europe and all over, and you can have a WAN, a wide area network that's global. Now, the way that people used to do this, conventional WAN before an SD-WAN. So you would have a circuit. Think of this as an internet circuit to make it easy for you. And companies now are using a lot of different cloud apps. You know, there's like different Salesforce, and there's Microsoft Office 365, and everything's done on the internet now. And what would happen is people would have to buy one expensive circuit because you need a lot of bandwidth, you need a lot of speed and a lot of capacity for people to be able to access all of their different information. Well, with that, you have one choke point. One place that if that fiber gets cut, if that piece of equipment goes down, if things break, which it will happen, it happens with every single one of them at some point, when that goes down, your company's out of luck. What are you going to do? There were some options. What you could do is you could buy an additional circuit. Now with that, typically you would have your data from the one circuit fail over to the other one, and it's kind of like an insurance policy. So you're buying this extra internet connection, but you're not really using it unless something breaks. Now, with a SD-WAN or a software-defined wide area network, what we do is we actually take two different circuits from two different carriers, and you're using both of them all the time. So, perfect example, we would bring in a Comcast link and we would bring in a CenturyLink, hypothetically. Now with that, you have an MPLS. An MPLS is your private network. This is the expensive fiber pipes. These are the more expensive connections where you could be paying $500 to $1,000 and up a month on. Well, now you can supplement that with an internet or a broadband, a cheap DSL or coax connection that'll cost you a couple $100. And with the software-defined wide area networking, what we're doing actually is we're utilizing both of these at the same time, where it's picking the best path for whatever internet traffic you're trying to, accomplish on the internet. And then if one of them happens to fail for whatever reason, it'll automatically fail over to the other one, and vice versa. Now this is really important for both internet data and with voice, because voice nowadays, I don't know how many of you are familiar with voice over IP, it's voice over internet protocol phones, but even most telephones for companies are now run over the internet. So, why is SD-WAN the future of networking? You have your IT manager, and on one side, you have all of his users saying they want faster applications, they want better quality, they want their internet speed to be better. On the other side, you have the executive team. Cut costs, make things cheaper, do more. Our OneNet solution is built on a foundation of 4 key principles. Transport independent design. What that means is you don't have to go with one specific carrier, which means that you can shop around and you can find the best option for your internet, whether it be your broadband or your fiber or things like that. You don't have to use Comcast, you don't have to use CenturyLink, you don't have to use Hoving. You get to pick who is going to be the best provider for you, and we'll help you do that. Intelligent path control. You automatically route your network traffic to the best path to make sure applications perform well. So say you are using Microsoft Office 365. What that is, it's Microsoft Office in the cloud, essentially. So you have all your Word docs and your email and all of that. Well, what software-defined wide area networking will do with these 2 separate internet connections that you have, in real time, it'll determine what is going to be the best path for you to reach that application off of your 2 circuits that you have, and it'll automatically choose that path for you. Application optimization. There's some things that you can add to this, WAN optimization and caching to help applications run faster. We were talking about this with a big prospect of ours a couple weeks ago. You know when Apple has their big updates? Well, those updates suck up a lot of bandwidth and they take up a lot of space on your internet. Well, if you have a fairly large company where you have a few hundred, maybe even a few thousand employees working out of one office and you guys are all on one network and your company happens to be with iPhones, well, everybody's going to do those security updates all at the same time. Every time they do that, it's downloading this big, massive file to update all their phones. With caching, one person downloads it, the system remembers it, and then everybody just grabs it from there. It no longer needs to go out to the internet. Saves bandwidth usage. And secure connectivity. You can block attacks with highly secure VPN overlay and very, very strong encryption techniques. And you can also get free PC protection. Okay, so what does all this mean for you? OneNet's SD-WAN solution provides the foundation to address today's networking challenges by virtualizing the WAN in a consistent and secure manner over any transportation service. We do this a few different ways. We reduce cost and complexity without compromising security or availability. We eliminate dependencies on specific transport options. Again, we can shop around and find who's going to be the best internet provider for you. We'll simplify the wide area network with a consistent deployment model at all sites, so if you're bringing up multiple offices. And as your business grows, it's very easily scalable. So you're adding new offices, you need to increase bandwidth, you need to increase productivity, we are able to do that for you. As well as reduce deployment time and cost with auto provisioning. So that is a software-defined wide area network. Does anybody have any questions? Mike, come on.
VPN. Tell me just a little bit about this virtual private network. Is that what it says?
Correct.
What is that? Should I have one of those in my house?
It's probably a good idea, especially now with the rollback of the regulation that came as far as the internet providers being able to sell your private information, your private browsing information, chats, emails, things like that. ISPs are now allowed to sell that information to the highest bidder. So it's not a bad idea to set up a VPN. It's basically a private tunnel, and it masks essentially, if you set it up correctly, who you are on the internet. So the internet service providers will have a more difficult time being able to figure out who you are and their cellular information. So yes, I would recommend it. Any other questions? All right, thank you very much.